Why ya kwa woman why ya kwa say why ya back food Nakatalo the Kalabo to Kalava. Nakatalo the Kalabo to Kalava. Yago, 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 oh, Yago. Oh, young girl, oh, young girl, oh, young girl. You are the baby. Nailia, Ivalia, you are the baby. 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 Oh, you are the baby. Oh, you are the baby. I want the baby. Now you are the baby. Moi, comme we find here from murder. Mubera must moi, diamo we sign here from murder. Not even now when you want talk for the watch it. Not even now when you want talk for the watch it. You are very bad. You are very poor. You are very bad. You are very poor. You are very mad. You are very mad. You are very mad. You are very mad. Oh, 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 you are very poor. He can now know. He can now know. Oh, yeah, my girl. He can now know. Oh, girl. Oh, yeah, my girl. Yeah, my girl. Yeah, girl. Yeah, girl. Yeah, girl. Yeah, girl. Oh, yeah, girl. Oh, yeah, girl. Oh, yeah, girl. Oh, yeah, girl. Why ya kwa woman why ya kwa say why ya back food Nakatalo the Kalabo to Kalava. Nakatalo the Kalabo to Kalava. Yago, 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 Yago. Yangagalane, oh, Yangagalane, oh, Yangagalane. You are the baby. Nailia, Imalia, you are the baby. 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 Oh, you are the baby. Oh, you are the baby. I want the baby. Now you are the baby. Why ya kwa woman ko doya? Why ya kwa say kwa beka fu doya? Ngakatalo to kalabo to kalabo. Ngakatalo to kalabo to kalabo. Ya go, ya go, ya go, ya go. You are the baby. Nailia, Imalia, you are the baby. 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 couldn't be fighting for murder. Mobile Massi, moi, dear, my grandson, here for murder. Not even now when you want to talk for the watch check it out. Not even now when you want to talk for the watch check it out. You are very bad. You are very poor. You are very bad. You are very poor. You are very mad. You are very mad. You are very mad. You are very mad. Oh, 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 you are. Why you passing? Why you back and put it over there? I can't tell what to tell about to cover. I can't tell what to tell about to cover. Yeah, girl. 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 Oh, yeah, girl. Oh, yeah, girl. Oh, yeah, girl. Oh, yeah, girl. You are the baby. Nailia, Imalia, you are the baby. You are the baby. You are the baby. You are the baby. Young girl. Oh, young girl. Oh, young girl. Oh, young girl. Oh, young girl. I want the river. gonna be fighting here for murder. Mubera Masi, Mwadia Mobinsa here for murder. Not even now when you want to for the what check it out. Not even now when you want to for the what check it out. You are very bad. You are very poor. You are very bad. You are very poor. You are very mad. You are very mad. You are very mad. You are very mad. Oh, 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 you are very poor. He can now know. He can now know. Oh, yeah, girl. He can now know. He won't talk. Oh, yeah, girl. Oh, yeah, girl.
So welcome, guys. We'd like to say welcome to Science and Society, uh, Friday Friday edition. And today is we're gonna be a great day, and we will host two young people from Liberia. Uh, Most of them, the two of them, are into environmental and climate change. They have a program coming up, and also they also have they into a whole lot of activity when it comes to climate change, climate justice, and ecological advocacy. And so we're going to host them today to tell us what they are involved with. So if you are just watching this program, we'd like to say to you, this program is sponsored by the I Have Liberia STEM project, and the uh, Liberian Daily Dose is um, the Liberian Daily Dose is a kind of blog that is also sponsoring, headed by Edwin Olubesme, my co-panel, my one of my panelists here. So we have just been joined by Mohana. Mohana is also our colleague here also. So he also going to be with us as we move forward. Our guests are already at the back waiting for us. So we would like to say to them, they have to be patient for a little bit, and we'll also usher them in. It's a tradition here. Sometimes we have to a little bit delay the guests, and we'll let you in until the the other hosts can come in. If they can come, you guys gonna come on. So to those of you who watch, we have a little bit improvement in our system. So we also trying to stream on other platform also. We hope that daily those will also stream this maybe today or in the next edition. But we're trying to also work on our system here. Every time we're updating. And so if you just maybe you just scroll on Facebook some kind of way, and then you just came across this program. This is Science and Society, and Science and Society is normally a program that is normally here to promote STEM education, STEM and climate change. So people who are into science, in the sciences, whether it be environment or chemistry, biology, IT. We come here every Tuesday and Friday to give an update. There are a whole lot of young people who are out there that are making significant change, significant impact into the education system, making significant impact into the sciences, into the sciences, and we thought it was to create this platform to be able to bring them on, to give their story, to tell us how the kinds of work they are involved with, and how they can help to improve the system back home in Liberia. So today, likewise, we have a brilliant young guys they will be with us. So Moana, are you there, Moana? Good evening. Good evening, Moana. Moana, can you get me?
How you doing?
I'm okay. I'm not seeing your camera on. Your your camera is not on. But Moana, can you tell us your expectation for today? Because Edwin is a little bit busy. He's gonna come on late. But can you tell? Wow, he's up. So we will take a musical break and then we're gonna let our guests in officially because we're going all the time. So we will let them in. But we'll take a little bit musical break as they are also coming in. That's what we're gonna do here.
You will come in, will say, young girl. You will come, will say, young girl. You will come, will say, young girl. Young girl, oh, young girl. Young girl, young girl. Young girl, young girl. Oh, young girl.
Welcome, guys. Welcome, guys.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Uh, welcome, Joseph. Joseph, are you getting me? Joseph, welcome. Can you get me, Joseph? Joseph, can you get me? He's freezing. Maybe you can come in and you can let up go out and come in again. It will help you a lot. So we like to say, folks, welcome to this edition of Science and Society. We have our guests are already here. Our other colleagues are also on their way. They will be here also with us in the soonest possible time, and we'll be discussing as they coming on. It's quite strange. We have oh yes. So Joseph is saying having some little bit of issue, but Joseph, you can go on and then you can come in. It will be a very good thing to do. You know. So we like to say the first thing, Clifton, we would like to welcome you to the show, and this is Science and Society. For those of you watching, you can share the live, share as much as you can, because it's going to be a very good discussion. And so I would like to first of all start with Clifton. St. Joseph is facing a little bit of internet issue, and so Clifton, I mean, can you tell us a little bit of your, I mean, people want to know you. Who is Clifton Glee? I mean, I know you are the co-founder and also the executive director the Librarian Echo initiative, and you've been doing a lot. You guys been I've been watching you guys, and that's one of the reason we you started inviting you guys on this platform, so people want to know who is Clifton, and I mean your background and where you come from, like that. So Clifton, you can have the platform.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much, Mohammed. And I must say thank you to you and all of the team at Innovative Lab for the level of work you've been doing. And myself have been following very closely the work of Innovative Lab with the intent of wanting to make STEM, a very serious area of focus across Liberia, and as well to have more individuals, especially students, to create and grow more interest in the STEM field, because it is a field that solves problems. So I want to say kudos to all of you, including Edwin, Maxine, Stephanie, Dearest, and the rest of the other folks who normally join to moderate, these different beautiful sessions. I was very fascinated the last time when you hosted Dr. Chris Dubenya. I mean, yeah, these are things we hope to see. But we see great scientists and great science enthusiasts appearing on, a show of such and discussing different problems, identifying different problems, and as well providing solutions to those different problems, because that's exactly what we need now. So, with respect to the question, who is Clifton? Clifton is a graduate of the United Methodist University with a Bachelor of Science degree in biology, and Clifton is also a debater. Clifton is a critical thinker and a problem solver, and Clifton is currently Clifton has been volunteering with several institutions, including Books Before Boys Incorporated, Educate the Next Generation, where as a project coordinator for the Light Up Education Project. And currently, Clifton is the co-founder and acting executive director of the Library Solution Initiative. Yeah, basically that's it for me, and I'm so glad to be here.
Thank you, Clifton. I mean, it was a very very great opening, but you know, one may someone who's watching this live, and I know I've been knowing for a very a while now, quite a while. We've been doing some work together too. I mean, I'm a witness to some of your workings and how much I made. And I mean, I watch you work with the Book Before Boys, working with now you with this initiative. Um, you also have some work to do with the educated next generation. I mean, every time I see you, you into a whole lot into things that can be here to help empower people. What actually motivates you to do these things? Because I mean, you're a kind of young person. I know you to be a very smart person. Back then at the United Methodist University, graduating with an honor, being a debater, and you into a whole lot of activity. And I mean, how? Because people may say because I enjoy doing these things. But after all, what do you want to see the library? What kinds of library you want to see after all? Engaging into most of these activities.
So for me, honestly, it's just simple, right? It's actually very simple. Why others do a lot of things because they enjoy doing it. But for me, I feel there is a need, for every step I take. So I don't just venture into things because I see it exciting, because I see I join into things because I see the need to be a part of that thing. And so in our society today, we are faced with different challenges ranging from art to science. There are huge gaps in different aspects in terms of thinking creatively to solve problems in our society. Especially the young people have a very huge gap, in problem solving or engaging problem solving initiative. So I think, it is very important with these different problems that normally confront our society in different sectors. I think it is a responsibility, a binding responsibility on me, especially when I believe and have the understanding that I have a certain idea or certain skill to contribute to solve that particular problem. I see it as a need and an obligation morally to join hands with those who are already in that initiative to be able to solve that problem. So I don't just jump into things and want to solve problems because I want to solve them. I mean, or because I just want to do them, but because there is a need to solve a particular problem. So I must firstly be able to identify a problem before I can engage myself in any initiative geared towards addressing that particular problem. So yeah, my motivation is usually stem from the need of wanting to solve problems. So I usually have that urge of wanting to always solve problem in the best way I can, especially when I know I can contribute to that. Yeah, so these are things that usually fuel my motivation to get involved with all these different things.
Thank you, Clifton. We just been joined by one of our colleagues, Mashami Sherry from the AMU University. Mashami, are you there? Can you get up clear? You are muted. Mashami? Mashami, can you get us? Okay, so she's muted. Maybe probably she's doing something and she's gonna come on. But I mean, Clifton, you said it all. So now with the discussion today, until our colleague can come in, we're going to have a lot to do in what we're going to be discussing here today. So with regard to your initiative, your program, uh, your organization, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about some of your activities. I mean, I was kind of a shock. I can say this for sure. You someone who have been, I mean, admire so much. I keep saying it is that I mean you always do positive things. I see you every time you are always involved with positive or things that and now the whole world is kind of about going or into environment when it comes to the environment or I mean fighting the environment ecosystem. These are issues that the world is currently or tackling in line with the sustainable development goal, but your work with the Liberian Eco Solution Initiative, you are the co-founder and acting executive director. And I mean, can you give a clear picture what kinds of work this organization do, and what some of you are working, like what is it about? Someone may say because people who are watching they don't know what is the Liberian Eco Solution Initiative is about, so they want to know what is it about and what kinds of work you guys
Yeah, thank you so much, Mohammed. Thank you for the commendation, and of course, you are also one person a lot of young people admire, including myself, from our days in UMU, always engaging in things that are meaningful and boulder around solving a particular problem. I remember when we also started the Optimus Academic Initiative, and
Yeah,
something like Edu Liberia.
I still remember that. I think
Yeah,
what is the name Cliff Seme is still carrying that
yes,
Eminem
yeah,
he's reading some writing some text stuff and like that from India.
yeah,
So
yeah.
sometime we
So
hope to also yes I still
yeah,
remember this.
so these are things also that when we say the reminiscence on, we understand that we have a very long journey, and this is a continuous journey for all of us young people, because no one can do it better for us. So to the question, what is the Liberia Eco Solution Initiative? So the Liberia Eco Solution Initiative is an institution, all right, that came into existence when a few group of young people, especially Joseph, myself, Steven, and some other young guys came together and said, there are several problems, facing our global community. In Liberia, where we live, is absolutely no exception to the global community and the different challenges that the global community face. So, I mean, what are some of those problems, and how can we as young people, especially in the Liberian context, be able to contribute to solve those problems? What are the problems, and how can we contribute to solve those problems? So we catalog several problems that affect, the global community, including Liberia, and we were able to highlight the issue of climate change. We're able to highlight the issue of how you call it, environmental pollution. We were also able to highlight the issue of drug abuse, which are very key and alarming, especially in our Liberian context. So we felt there are major problems in our minds that we think, are confronting the Liberian society and the world at large. Then there is a need that we take some steps to be able to address some of these problems, if not all, because we cannot just sit supinely and just be doing the talking. All the things like this, we can just be very effective and good at only identifying a problem, and we cannot, take steps to solving those problems. And that was how we were able to come up with the idea called the Liberia Eco Solution Initiative. So the Liberia Eco Solution Initiative has three thematic areas of focus. And these three thematic areas of focus are climate change, environmental pollution, and the abuse of drugs. So
Okay.
we understand that the issue of climate change is posing serious threat to human existence and posing also a very serious threat to the planet as a whole. The issue of food insecurity, water insecurity, different diseases, the displacement due to the adverse effect of climate change, and you can name the rest. So all of these things we feel are things caused by climate change and posing serious threat to our planet. And Liberia by itself is absolutely no exception. So when you have food insecurity, it becomes a problem. If you have a wide range of diseases, it becomes a problem. If you have these different adverse effects like flooding and so forth of climate change, it becomes a problem. If you also have us not understanding how to sustainably manage our environment is also a threat to our very existence. Not understanding how to preserve our biodiversity, how to manage waste, and several other things that surrounds, preserving the environment and making the environment clean and green, then it becomes a threat and a problem for us. Also, vast majority of young individuals, including older ones, males, females, abusing drugs on an alarming scale, then it becomes threat to even those who think they don't want to abuse drugs. So it becomes our responsibility as young people to take practical actions to tackle these problems, ranging from climate change to environmental pollution to the abuse of drugs and substance. And so that was how we decided to come up with the name, the Liberia Eco Solution Initiative, to cut across these three different thematic areas. There are also, specific areas of focus that could fall on our different programs, but these are the major
Okay.
three thematic areas of focus of the Liberia Eco Solution Initiative. Besides, the Liberia Eco Solution Initiative is a newly established institution, and so we've not been
Okay.
doing, a lot. So we are coming up with our very first program, which we'll talk about in no time. Yeah, so basically that's just what it is for the Liberia Eco Solution Initiative.
Yes, definitely. I mean, I can say all what you say is a good, it's a good start. Very good start, a very good points you raise. These are things that global issues that are disturbing the world is currently facing. And I mean, if you just now countries, big countries like America and other countries now are now fighting to be able to tackle this thing, this issue. These environmental issues, and these are major issues that we the world should not look at. The world should not be looking at to be able to solve. So we'll go back to Joseph. Joseph, are you there? Joseph, can you get us now? Are you okay now, Joseph? Joseph, you are muted. I think you can unmute yourself. You can unmute yourself and I mean and go ahead. Joseph,
Yes, please. Yeah, except that we're facing some internet issues.
okay, Joseph, we can get you. I
I
mean,
have, I
the
have
matter of fact, we just want to
unmuted
get you. We
myself
just want
already.
to, yeah, we just want to, yeah. So Joseph, we want to get your opening statement. We want to know who is Joseph, and I mean,
But
what is your role?
I
What
think
is your role at the? Wow, I mean, we lost him again. But I don't know, Clifton, how you managing in Liberia? You getting your internet is very clear, and Joseph internet is I mean, is going up and down. But Moana, you can unmute yourself and no, before we can get to Moana, I think we can. Mashami is here now. Mashami, are you there now? You can unmute yourself, Mashami, and probably say something and to our guests.
How you doing? Yo?
Yeah, we're okay, Mashami.
Yeah, we go, Masham.
But your video is now on. Mashami, the girls, the last show, the girls were here. Was saying to we the boys that we like to invite guests on the show, and they come in we should hope to invite guests, but your issue is that you guys don't like to put your camera on the show.
No, right now I don't have LDC. The place is dark, so even if I put camera, will be the same system. Just decided to have it.
Okay, so you can go ahead. If you have any question for the guests or any statement you have to make before as the show is going on, maybe you want to listen, but if you get any comment to
So,
make, you can go.
Brother Clayton, firstly, I would like to appreciate you. I listened to the opening statement and I went through your organization page. I actually love your workings. You guys are extremely well. I appreciate you. Practical
Thank you
solution.
Okay.
much, Masham. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's yes.
you are
Mashami, you can go on. Yeah.
hello.
She's breaking. Yeah, we're getting Mashami.
So when you are talking in your opening statement, you talk practical solutions. You guys are taking. So I just want to know what are some of the practical solutions in terms of climate change and environmental pollution.
She's breaking.
Okay.
She was saying, yeah, I think you got a question, right?
Yeah, sure. So, what are some of the practical solutions with respect to climate change, environmental pollution, drug abuse? Because according to her in my opening, I spoke of practical solutions. I guess so.
Yes.
Yeah. So, like I said, Let's See, which is the Liberia Eco Solution Initiative, just a newly established institution that is just few months old. And whatever thing you see us doing right now with branding and publicity, and some of the progress we've made so far is because, we have our feet on the ground. And when some of us are into things, we want to ensure that we get the very best out of it because it is solution driven. But to address your question directly, some of the particular practical steps we've taken, firstly, is to establish the Liberia Eco Solution Initiative to be able to address these different problems. All right. So, if outside of the Liberia Eco Solution Initiative, Clifton as a person has been involved into different actions, different practical actions, attending different climate seminar, different climate change symposium, and teaming up with other young people to develop and concept on how to build climate change resilience, the climate change adaptation scheme. So outside of the Let's See, the Liberia Eco Solution Initiative, I personally have been engaged into those practical steps. But under the Liberia Eco Solution Initiative, firstly, we thought to identify the different problems that are seriously confronting our society, the global world of which Liberia is no exception, but then to deal with those problems in the Liberian context. So three major things we identify as young people that we want to tackle are the issue of climate change, the issue of environmental pollution, the issue of drugs abuse. So the first practical step to address that problem was to establish what you call the Liberia Eco Solution Initiative, because as individual, I might not be effective in solving these different problems of climate change, environmental pollution, and drugs abuse. Joseph as an individual also cannot do things. Maybe Moana, Stevie, and other people as individuals cannot just as individual. So we need a kind of umbrella. So that was the first practical step that we had to take to be able to address the problem. So we established a Liberia Solution Initiative, and we are coming over our first ever program called the Youth for Climate Action Seminar. It is a one-day seminar that will bring together young people to talk about climate change, the impact of climate change, and how do we get the need for fighting for climate justice and building strong resilience against climate impact and all of those things. So these are things we intend to do. We are about to do a few moments from now. So the first seminar the first seminar is coming up, and that is also one. So these are some of the different practical steps and we intend to take. Well, beyond that, the Liberia Eco Solution Initiative will definitely look out for different support from local and international partners and donors, draft concept, identify problem and draft concept or proposal around those, and seek donor support to be able to solve these different problems around these three different thematic areas in the near future. So basically, that is just what we aim for, and that is what we hope to also achieve in the future.
Okay, that's nice. I hope to be part of your program.
Yeah, we'll be ready
Mashami.
glad.
that's
We'll be ready
that's
glad.
that I mean that was very nice of Mashami. Myself, I hope
Yeah,
I could I hope I could be part of this program, but I mean I'm not in Liberia now, but maybe Stephanie, I know this Stephanie gonna be part of this program. But Moana,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
we can take you, Moana. It's over to you.
All right, thank you. And I want to welcome the CEO, the co-founder, and that of
You
the
know, you
founder
know,
of the
you,
Liberia
you know,
Echo.
Moana, this guy, Clifton. I don't. He's not strange to you. The two of you. I mean, we actually did the rest selection
No,
today.
no,
You guys.
but on the show today, he's strange to me, and I know him. Yeah, and I know him.
It's
Yeah,
true.
Mr. Glee, welcome, and also to Joseph Wallow, welcome. So
Thank you, thank
when you
you.
were explaining about the Liberia Eco Solution Initiative, I actually I'm concerned about the three fundamental basic solution initiative was founded upon. Um, the one I'm concerned with is it has to do with the drugs abuse. How does drugs abuse affect our environment or our ecosystem? Yeah, so I'm kind of confused. Can you make that clear?
All right, so when we talk about so I think your question is kind of tied in, or your confusion is because of the name of the institution and that of the three thematic areas, judging from the fact that we also have drugs abuse, in it. So the reason why drugs abuse is a part of our thematic area is basically because it is an alarming issue, and we believe we have expertise in trying to solve some of those problems, especially taking preventionary approaches, not just about wanting to, because in Liberia, for example, the major solution we have found, especially from national government and other institutions, have usually been, how you call it, tackling the issue of drugs abuse from rehabilitation. So what we normally do in Liberia is we wait and allow these people to addicted to drugs, they abuse drugs at an alarming rate, and first impact of the drugs abuse is haunting them, then we take them. That's when we pump the money in, we take them, we build rehabilitation centers, we put them there. And after that, you still see some of them still going back. While it is true, a few of them will become integrated into society to do something better, a lot of them also still go back in the street and stuff like that. So we thought there is a need we solve that part of the problem, using a different approach, that is the prevention approach. So increasing, a massive awareness from community to community, having, setting up community club and community hub, to be able to move to those hot zones where drugs are usually abused, and talk to people there. Some of those who are in the street, talk to some of them also, on the issue of drugs abuse and so forth. So these are the reasons. So our major programs are tailored on the climate change and that of the environmental how you call it how you call it environmental pollution, because these things basically have as very effect on our entire ecosystem. All right, but then even climate change, to address your question directly, the issue of drugs abuse also have an impact, to how you call it, to the ecosystem. To an extent, it ties into the ecosystem. Say, for example, especially people who smoke, these illegal substances, illegal narcotic substances, those ones that are usually for smoking purposes. By itself, the smoke that are usually released to an extent also has an impact to play, in polluting the entire environment and creating a terrible ecosystem for all of us, for us human beings, those of us who don't even smoke, because by that, what we experience, if you don't smoke, if you have somebody around you who's smoking, the person who is doing primary smoking, all right, because the person is directly smoking, and you who not smoking, what you'll be doing once you're inhaling the scent and the smoke, you're inhaling the smoke, you're also doing secondary smoking, and that's dangerous also for your health. All right. So you as a person inhibiting that particular environment, you also get affected by a person who's smoking. So to an extent, it has an adverse impact on the ecosystem, because generally when climate change has an adverse effect and environmental pollution has an adverse effect, the overall impact is on a terrible ecosystem. So same thing also ties in with when a person is also smoking, narcotic substances. Even though there are other substances that people don't smoke, they inhale like those powders and stuff. But all of these things, to an extent, they are tied in, and they all have, adverse effect on us as person, all of the species inhabiting the environment, and as well the ecosystem in general.
Yeah. So I also have a follow-up question on that. Uh, we all know climate change is a change of the atmospheric condition over a long period of time. So you talk about preventive measure in the issue of the drugs abuse. So is there any mechanism that the LESI is putting in place to as a prevention measure as well as it relates to the climate change or the environmental condition of our country in the next 2 to 3 years or 4 to 5 years? So basically it's just about where do the organization see itself 5 years from now. What's the working plan?
Yeah, so basically, that's a very beautiful question. So with respect to the issue of climate change and environmental pollution and how it intends to tackle these things and see herself making impact in the next 5 to 10 years, that's a very beautiful question. So first of all, the Liberia Eco Solution Initiative, like I said, is an institution that has a very huge and big vision, and the Liberia Solution Initiative intends to see its impact cutting across, all spectrum of the Liberian society, contributing immensely to solve some of those problems that climate change and environmental pollution pose to human existence. So take, for example, the issue of, food insecurity, food and water insecurity. These are normally things that happen as a result of climate change. The issue of, human displacement. These are also things that happen as the result of the adverse impact of climate change. So human displacement could happen if, for example, there is flooding. All right. So is an effect of climate change. So if there is flooding, of course, you will see people in a particular environment, in the particular place that has become flooded. What will happen will be you will see people migrating from that environment. They will be displaced. They will leave their homes. Some of them are not even have place to sleep if they cannot be accommodated. So this and Liberia is absolute, even though it is a global problem, but especially in the Liberian context, Liberia is absolutely no exception to such huge problem posed by climate change. So the issue of food insecurity, widespread diseases, flooding, and you can name the rest, are things that needs practical solution. So to be able to solve those different problems, that is firstly why we are setting up, we have established a Liberian Solution Initiative and working to set up an effective, team to be able to, technical team and administrative team to be able to work to solve, to work around to solve them. So part of what the Liberian Solution Initiative intends to do, one of the strategy is to be able to identify some of those problems, as that leads to climate change that could have adverse effect on us. So we do not wait that the problem happen before we step in as Liberian Solution Initiative. But basically, almost all of what we intend to do as an institution is still around preventive measure. So especially for climate change, what we intend to do is to build a strong climate resilience, all right, in different communities. So the idea of building strong climate resilience and climate adaptation strategy is basically to prepare the mind and subconsciousness of individuals in those different communities in our entire Liberian Republic to be prepared, because climate change is something to an extent that you cannot avoid, because human activities largely contribute to largely contribute to climate change. So in as much as human activities largely contribute to climate change, human activity also, human livelihood also depend on the kind of activities they do. So in short, what I'm saying is you cannot do away entirely with climate change. They will happen, but then you must be able to build a kind of resilience and adaptation strategy where even if it happens, the impact will not be as adverse as it should be, to create that shock in the people where they will be displaced. So it's more like they will be prepared for the impact. So even when the impact is coming, they already know that there is some mechanism and system put in place to serve as a kind of how you call it, resistance between the impact of climate change and the people who will be affected. So part of our plan is to identify some of those different problems, put them into proposal, and seek support to be able to tackle those different problems, especially engaging into different preventive measures, whether for climate change, for environmental pollution, and as well as for drugs abuse. So even the issue of pollution, for example, take for example one of the ideas, one of the things, especially we see in Liberia, is dirtiness. So our entire city does not actually look like city. Even the capital city actually looks like a typical commercial city, even more dirty than some typical commercial cities around Africa. So part of the problem is because the minds of the people are not prepared, and there are no effective policies in place to be able to, deter people from, dirty in the street. So anybody can just drop things on the street. Say, for example, I can say in keke, a bakue, the kue in the plastic, I finish talking the kue. I will not trap it in the keke, I will not drop the plastic in the keke, but while the keke is moving, I drop it also. I think if I put in the keke, I would dirty the keke, but I prefer dropping it outside while the keke is moving. So some of the things we could possibly do is, for example, partner with the Monrovia City Corporation, if Monrovia will be the target, or partner with the Painesville City Corporation, if Painesville City will be the target, and some other maybe like EPA, and then say for example, come up with a kind of plan like to solve or reduce the amount of dirt that are normally part of the street, create a kind of sense of awareness where you can have people, especially motorcyclists and even keke riders, all of them, it is mandatory that all of them be able to have something, a trash can in their, in their keke. Even the car drivers have something, a trash can in their cars. Motorbike, the smaller trash can, they can tie it, use rubber, tie it at the back of the bike, all right, and things. So you can increase inspection on those things so that people plying the different streets with these different vehicles, are inspected by those different, they ensure that you have these things as some of the requirements before, you can be allowed passage and things. So you also, as the bike rider or the keke rider or the car driver, will be able to conscientize people who sit in or on your vehicle, on how to use, how to dispose their waste in case they have, showing them what is there and what to do. And also, you go the issue of maybe declare citizen arrest, where for example, because it is like that in other countries, where for example you see somebody throw dead in the street, you as a person who sees that person throwing the dead in the street, you have the right to go and hold that person, demand the person to pick up the dirt and carry it to wherever he or she is carrying it. And yeah, so doing that in partnership with relevant stakeholders and things. So all of these things are different strategy and packages, that we have as the Library Eco Solution. But that is just an idea. I'm not saying particularly that is a project we want to do, but I'm just giving you some of the things could actually look like, all right, in terms of preserving, having a good environment. So that's it.
Mane, are you okay? For now, you are muted. You still have question?
Yeah, I still.
Okay. Yeah, but
what?
before you can come in our way, let me try to read some comment here from the comment section. And Ambassador Joseph Wolo is saying, following live, my network is cool, but Johnny is having a lot of issue. Great deliberation, Cliff. You are doing well. And CDKS daughter is saying, wow, this is really good. Wow. And so Stephen he's saying brilliant delivery. And we have other platform we're going to, as we move on, I'm also going to read the comments from those sessions. So Moana, you can ask your question as we move on. I'm gonna go to the next platform, and maybe probably any other comment that we're gonna have there. Then probably I'm gonna read out to the rest to the audience. So you can go ahead.
Yeah. We talk about Youth for Climate Action seminar that the Labrador Eco Solution Initiative gonna be hosting um next month, the 8th. So I wanted to ask. I think this will also quench the curiosity of other people that are also hesitant when it comes to um taking advantage of the seminar. That is, should we expect from those that are going to attend the seminar for that one day? What would they really gain that day that they can capitalize on to help in um preserving the environment?
All right, so thank you so much. I think that was also part of the plan. So the Library Solution Initiative intends my network. Okay, the Library Eco Solution Initiative intends to have a first seminar called a Youth for Climate Action Seminar. And with respect to your question, what do people or attendees of the program expect to gain to sharpen their knowledge to be able to take practical solutions to also solve some of the different problems that they too encounter bordering around these three areas? Several other things, all right? Because what we intend to do is to bring good speakers, individuals who are very versed and have expertise in the areas of climate change, who will be discussing, the impact and effect of climate change, the causes, and some of the different ways to solve them using innovative method to solve these different problems. So the one day seminar is a day-long seminar, intended basically to give adequate knowledge to attendees of the program to have deep understanding and insight on the whole idea of climate change, what it means for a country like Liberia, and what are some of the things we can do, because normally things are border around climate change. A lot of us, we experience it as practical. These are things we see on a daily basis. We feel the pinch of the impact, but to an extent we take absolutely no action in our individual ways to solve those problems, but we rely solely on government or governmental institutions to draft the solution process of those problems. So we are bringing speakers who are versed in those areas, who will be telling you what climate change looks like, and what are practical steps you can take using innovative methods to be able to solve those problems. So we're bringing a speaker, one Preston Yanama. Preston Yanama got his degree in renewable energy from Germany. I think Mohammed knows Preston very well. Preston is a very good friend of mine, also a very good friend of Mohammed. He got his master in renewable energy from Germany. He will be one of the speakers at the seminar. We also have one, David Dennis. David Dennis works for Conservation Impact under the program team. I think a program manager or so. Is one person who is very versed when it comes to environmental pollution and understanding the environment, preserving the environment, and also the issue of climate change. So David Dennis will also be one of our speaker, and we also intend to bring the executive director of the Environmental Protection Agency, EPA for short, uh, Dr. Emmanuel Ureke Yakpawolo. So we intend to also bring him to also, because part of this, the reason why we intend to bring government, institution is because, we want to build that partnership and collaboration. So between, the private sector and government institution to be able to work together collaboratively to solve some of those different problems ranging around, the environment and the planet. So, for example, just a minute.
Okay.
We we initially intended to make the program free. I mean, to make the program to attach cost to it. The current flyer we see an attached amount for registration, but we thought it was now to, since this is the first of its kind and the need for science-based climate information is very crucial for our understanding of our society, we thought drop the fees, that is on this particular program. So we want to make it entirely free of charge. All right. But some of the benefits will stand and some of the benefits we have will not stand. So if the fees would have been attached, we would have had the issue of branded t-shirts, certificate, feeding, and networking opportunity. But then we want to make the program entirely free of charge. So the only thing that people will be benefiting will be the issue of certificate and the networking opportunity. All right. So we will take the initiative to do that. We'll also by ourselves get the venue set for the program. We'll find the gasoline to power the entire venue for that day. We'll do that at our own expense. We'll also bring the speakers to speak on the program by ourselves. So we want to make the program entirely free of charge because we got to understand that the need for science-based climate information is crucial. Not too many of us, have that exposure to science-based climate information. We do not even have it to the tip of our finger. So we want to make the program free of charge so that everyone can have the opportunity to apply and become a part of the program. So we just need at most 50 participants, and it's a day-long program. So for example, some of the topic we will be doing that day will be renewable energy. Renewable energy solutions to combat climate change. All right, renewable energy solution to combat climate change. So this is a topic that Preston will handle, since Preston has a master's degree in renewable energy. All right, and the role of urbanization in climate change and pollution. That is also another topic that we intend to handle, and we intend the EPA boss to handle this particular topic, the role of urbanization in climate change and pollution. And also the last topic is climate change and its effects on human health. So Mr. David Dennis will be the one to handle this. So these are, very important and science-based, information that will be shared with participants. They will also have the opportunity to network with the facilitators, with the organizers, with their peers, and as well, be certificated for that one-day seminar. And from there, we have the hope and conviction that their knowledge and understanding will be sharpened, and they themselves will get involved into taking practical steps to solve different problems in their communities in Liberia and the world at large.
I want to come in before I can go to my colleague Mashami. You listen kind of, these are all brilliant ideas. These are things that you listen in your program that your program going to call. These are kind of things that people are going to look up to. The people who are watching this show, they want to always attend. But will it be a kind of program that, because we have a whole lot of organizations around, meaning when it comes to in climate advocacy, most of them are just reading the press statement, but they are not doing the kind of practical work. And you are also, you're doing things differently, I know, but will it be a organization or will it be a program? Now you have a program that people will just go to, and after the program, you're not going to make follow up to implement those things that people are going to learn from there.
So the program is not just for individuals who come and attend and go. All right. If it was so, then maybe there will be just no need, to have a program where people just come. Maybe we could just, instead of wasting money to get venue, put gasoline machine to power the entire venue for the whole day and stuff, we could just create an online platform and invite people to come on. We could create an online platform and invite people to come on, and then we just sit down, we just have the conversation there, we discuss it there, and everybody go by their business. But what that particular program also going to entail will be the issue of, because what we want to do is to build cohesiveness and teamwork. All right. So the program will also entail that. So individuals will be paired right after in the middle of the program. Individuals will be paired and into team, and different teams are going to identify a particular problem around climate change that they want to solve as a team. All right. So when these problems are identified by different teams that we set up, each of them identify their different problems they want to solve, and they tell us how they intend to address those problems from the knowledge that they were already gaining from the different speakers. So they tell us what approaches they're going to use to solve in the respective targeted areas, and then they will come back and give us a feedback, on the progress of the different problem, the problem they identify, how they're solving it, the progress report. We have to get that also. So it is not just, people come attend program and go. It is, like we said, we want to build people problem solving skills. And so we ourselves going to have a kind of team to monitor these different teams that will be set up and track their different problems and also how they're solving those problems. So each team, for example, will have an individual from LESI, as a kind of monitor, all right, to give them some of the guidance they need in solving their problems in their communities and things. And after a particular period of time, they will have to come and submit their report. So they will come together again in a gathering, all right, almost like the seminar. We'll have together, and each of them will give the progress report on the different problems that they were able to identify and how they were able to solve it as a team. Part of what we also intend to do is on the day of submitting their final report, we intend to look out for the very best report, the most outstanding report, the most innovative and solution-driven approach that was used to tackle a particular stunting problem. We intend to look out for that and be able to award that particular team, for an innovative step to solve a complex problem. So these are some of the things we intend to do. So that by itself serves as motivation for all the young people. So in the next time, or if we are talking about seminar, if we are talking about symposium and thing, when we have people coming, they come ready and prepared of wanting to solve problems, because they know maybe at the end of the day, there could be a kind of mini grant to even identify another problem to still solve them.
Okay, so before I can go to Mashami, I will read some comment. Professor read some comment, but then we have on the other page. So we have Kabbalah Content watching. Mr. Prince Royal Allison is saying, thanks for the show, brother. And he said they should need to be aired on the radio as well. Yes, Sandro Bassi, thanks, Mr. Kone. I'm following live from Kowa, Monserrado. And Basso Evangeline PC, thanks, guy. Thanks, Mohammed. I'm following. And Lakpae Santo said, great. I'm also following. So these are the comments so far. If you are watching, we have asked that you share our live and keep sharing our live. We have Mr. Clifton Dion earlier with your colleague Joseph. Joseph is finding it difficult to come on, Joseph Wallo. And so we'll go to Mashami. Mashami, if you have any question to ask or any comment, it's all to you.
Hello.
Yeah.
So, Brother Clinton, let's see, as a new organization and the organization as a whole, especially from the beginning, you have to face a lot of challenges. Biggest challenge in your effort, and that of abuse, most especially drug abuse and environmental pollution, because for climate change, that has to do with the climate as a whole. But in terms of the drug abuse and environmental pollution, what are your biggest challenges you have faced, especially interacting with youth that are already disadvantaged youth? Yes. What are the challenges you face in talking to them?
So it's obvious. Like you said, everything will definitely have challenges, especially right from the beginning, and especially with the kind of work we intend to do as an institution. We don't root out challenges, in what we intend to do, and so we know obviously that these things will come, and so our preparedness to tackle these things when they come, and it's exactly what makes us an institution that maybe will live forever, or live for a very long time, have a very long lifespan. So to address the question directly, in talking with young people, especially ones that are addicted to drugs, and find so much excitement and pleasure in abusing drugs, it is actually really challenging. It is actually really challenging. But then to be able to beat the challenges, part of the strategy we think we can use is to be more surgical in our approaches to them, knowing how we are approaching them, what kind of message we are carrying to them, and how we intend to change their mindset about what they're doing and stuff. Not to go and shame them, name them for what they're doing, and make it look, because at the end of the day, what we intend to do, is to have an impact. So it is not just to go and name and shame people. So we want to have people mind changing. So our target is not only those who are abusing drugs, our target is also those who are also not abusing drugs, because that is where the idea of prevention comes in. So for those who are already addicted, the only solution is to take them to rehab, talk to them, counsel them, take them to rehab, and keep them away from drugs for a couple of time. Flush out some of those things in them, create different to learn before they can come out and be integrated into society. But also those who are already not abusing drugs are likely to also abuse drug anytime, because they will be influenced by different factors, in their surrounding, different factors, either by friends, by desire, by anxiety, by frustration. Different things can make people abuse drugs. So the fact that you have not started abusing drugs yet, we think also it is very crucial and important for us to increase the awareness, to make you understand what it looks like if you start to abuse drugs, or if you start to get addicted to abusing drugs. All right. So, but for those particularly, we don't find too much problem with people who are already not abusing drugs. I think it's easy. And the only thing is to continue to increase the awareness and continue to talk to young people who are not abusing drugs to not even think about abusing it. But those who are already abusing it, talking with them is a bit challenging, but then using pure psychology to talk to them, pointing the message in a proper way to make them understand and even accept you to talking with them in the first place. These are different approaches that we use, and these are ways we overcome those challenges. But it can actually be really, really, really challenging to even get their attention. So getting their attention is one thing, talking to them is another, and then making them think of changing their mind of refusing or neglecting drugs is also a whole different thing all by itself. But at the end of the day, we know there are several impacts we'll make, and yeah, we will definitely make huge impacts in whatever area.
Okay, that was a
Mohammed,
nice
you are
one.
muted.
I'm so sorry. So, Mashami, you still have question to ask?
Yeah, I'm just asking one more.
Okay, so you can go ahead.
What advice do you have for emerging environmentalists that want to take the same first step in fighting for climate justice, environmental and that of drug abuse within like Bureau? What advice do you have for them?
Hello, Clifton, can you get us? Clifton, can you get us?
Yeah, yeah, I'm getting
Yeah,
you. I think your network, all of your network is kind of tripping.
Hello.
yeah. She's asking
Yeah.
question, but I don't know the if you getting her question she asking.
No, I didn't get the question.
So,
Yeah.
Mashami, you can ask again.
You hearing me now?
Yeah,
Hello.
I think Clifton, you can get her now. Wow, Clifton is
Yeah, but
facing an internet issue, but Clifton, you can log in. Maybe probably you can log out and maybe
better.
come back in. You are better. You can log out and maybe come back in.
Mashami, I'm actually getting Mashami,
Okay, okay.
except she's not getting me.
No, I get you. So you
All
hearing me
right.
now?
Yes, much better.
So my
Hello. Yeah, Mashami, you can ask your question. I
for
don't know, but because we'll soon be leaving. We'll soon be leaving because we're going against our time. Normally.
so what else I have for them?
Mashami, you're breaking in. I'm actually not getting your question.
Hello.
Yeah, we getting
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
You have to.
Okay. My question was, what advice do you have for aspiring environmentalists who have the same passion when it comes to fighting for climate justice, environmental pollution, and that of drug abuse? What advice can you give them?
Well, I think the only thing I can say is to even develop a passion of such is worth commending. It's actually a great thing for an individual to sit and want to venture into, climate change initiative, fight for climate justice, preserve the environment, or have a clean and green environment, and as well, engage in an anti-drugs abuse campaign. I think that is actually a very great thing. So the only advice I can give to any young person out there have desire is, to keep the desire burning and be more of solution driven, because that's exactly what we need. We don't need too much theories now. We need practical actions and practical steps to solve those different problems. So part of the thing we can also do is to collaborate, because no man is an island. So where you see the need, to tap in the understanding of other people, the expertise of other people. If you're an individual or you're an institution and you see other people in the same area and you think you have, a certain gap in terms of, you have an idea, but you have certain gap in making the idea come to reality, you should be open up to and reach out to other people of similar dream, discuss with them your idea and how you can collaborate to solve the problem, because the end goal is to solve problem. So it's not about a person taking glory. So all of you can work together as young people and be able to solve the problem and venture into whatever have. So you keep the flame burning, you keep your desire burning, and you be open up for collaboration and be highly solution driven, be a good problem solver. I think once any young person with the desire of engaging in climate change, environmental pollution, and drugs abuse, once you do these things, I think all of us at the end of the day can have a great environment, a great country, and a great planet, because the issue of our planet, saving it relies on us solely, because our too much terrible activities is dangerous to ourselves and our own human existence as well. So we could have certain plants that we feed on going into extinction. We could also have certain animals they know that we survive on going to extinction, and we ourselves could likely go into extinction. It might not be us now, but generations after a certain point could start to go into extinction because of the kind of activities that we engage in here on the planet. You are muted,
I'm
Mohammed.
muted. Yes. So we
Yeah,
were
yeah.
kind of, because we are going up above our time, and we will ask just one question, and then we'll be done with this program. But I will get to Deveto. Deveto is just joining us from the Women Initiative Network. Deveto, are you there? Do you have any question to answer? Ask Clifton.
Um,
Deveto?
yes. Hello.
Yeah, we're getting you.
Yes, Julieta.
No questions because I came in late. I just want to say thank you for the few words that I want to say thank you, and then Clifton is doing extremely well. I just want to say thank you. We really need to protect our environment and that of the marine ecosystem as well, because everything was on environment, and so the ocean too also play a part when it comes to climate change. So I just want to say thank you.
Deveto,
Thank you, Julieta.
one good thing I noticed about you is that you protect your own area. Everyone can have their own kind of focus in the whole science, and you always protect your own your own place, That's very good. But Joseph, let's just get a short word from you, Joseph. I mean, you kind of struggle to come on. I don't know, you finally on with us. Wow, we can still get Joseph. Hope that we'll get in on this to also come here, to also give you on the story. But Clifton, I mean, um, for me, I only have one question to ask you. Then you, maybe probably Mashami going to ask after Mashami add, then obviously you just do your closing statement. And my question is, what is your organization doing when it comes to or also contributing to, because this platform you on is also a science platform. We do into science, the science we into the environment, and we into STEM. And so, what is your organization doing to? First of all, is your organization waiting for open for partnership in the future? And then secondly, what is your organization doing to also help to improve science and technology? Because everything you are explaining is about science and tech, and I mean, once you have science and tech being improved, there'll be a whole lot. Technology can help to manage the environment for you. So, what is the way forward? Is your organization also have that place for science and tech also? I know, even though one way or other you are in the sciences, what are some of the plans
Yeah.
that you have?
Yes. So thank you so much, Mohammed. So the first question is whether Lessee is open for partnership. And of course, I mean, if I tell you Lessee is not open for partnership, then I don't know, where we stand, because we are 100% open to partnership, because at the end of the day, we believe once we partner and collaborate with any individual or institution, it is particularly to do a particular thing, and I think will be border on solving a particular problem. So once it is about solving a particular problem, then I mean, if it is 1,000 institutions that are wanting to partner with Lessee, then Lessee will be open to work with 1,000 institutions to solve 1,000 problems. Yeah, we believe that we can have a better world. So yes, Lessee is open to partnership, whether with individual or with institution. And what is Lessee doing in terms of contributing to science and technology, or the entire STEM field as a whole? Just like you rightly said, everything we discuss bordered on science, and they are particularly applied science. So even technology is basically applied science, and steps towards preserving the environment, steps towards combating climate change are also all applied sciences. All right. So like we said, for example, right, we are having our first climate change seminar. So that first climate change seminar that we're having, will be rich in science-based climate change information. All right. And you have a lot of young people having different ideas and gaining knowledge from different experts, on how to combat climate change, how to contribute to preserving the environment, and how to fight against, the issue of drugs abuse. So all of these things by themselves, when these young people who will be attending the program get equipped with these different knowledge and skills, what they tend to do now is, because what they have is a science-based knowledge. And so as we put them into team and they identify different problems, they go to solve those problems, and they come back, may report, and we also select the best team, give them a small grant to look for another problem to solve in their community, and so forth. So all of these things are by themselves contribution to science and tech. Besides that, also, we also understand that one of the major cause of climate change is, industrialization, especially the I call it the release of CO2 in the atmosphere, and most of those things that are responsible for the release of carbon into the atmosphere, things like things like industries. So even products of those industries, like the cars or different vehicles that you see, are also things that contribute to the current condition or current state of our planet. So if you are seeing us to combating climate change, of course it will be revolving around innovative solution. So at a point there will be a project we might also be able to identify to see how best we can introduce a system where we can we can transition, maybe gradually, if not instantly, but gradually transition from using these kind of machines, maybe using generator that we have to put on for create smoke in the yard or create heavy noise in the community, and even transition from using maybe these cars that normally use a gasoline and stuff like that. We could project an idea, all right, to transition, to introduce a kind of different system where we get involved into purchasing or producing different products that do not use things that release carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. So all of these things by themselves are contribution or ideas, science and tech, because if you are transitioning from using vehicles that use fossil fuel to using vehicle, for example, that are purely electronic, that by itself is a form of technology. So but all of these things are long-term plans or long-term goal for the Liberia Eco Solution Initiative. So as we get along and we are having the necessary donors and partners, these are some of the big things we start to think about and introduce and start up as a project where we can create policy or draft policies around them, present them to national government, and see how best we can we can work around those things and solve those different problems. But there is no society that survives without emphasis on STEM. All right, no society that survives without emphasis on STEM. STEM is a solution hub to every nation, because you can never have any effective and vibrant society without STEM. So STEM is the pillar. STEM is life. STEM is solution. STEM is everything. STEM is everything. So we just need to continue to encourage ourselves and encourage more young people to get involved with STEM related activities, as we solve problems, because STEM is pure innovation. When you more into STEM, your horizon of thinking become wider, it expands. All right, so that's the beauty of STEM. I think every society survives on STEM. The best countries we see in the world today, are using science, technology, engineering, mathematics to make their countries what they are, and Liberia cannot be an exception. Thank you.
Okay, come back to Mashami, your last question or comment.
Well, just want to appreciate. I had a question, but from your previous answer, you already answered it, so not to waste time. I just want to appreciate the time, and for it was so much. So,
You are coming broken, Mashami. I don't know what's happening.
Talaburo.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. Okay.
That question in mind, just answer. You already answered, because I was actually going to ask you, what impact do you see yourself like in your achievement? Already answered, so waste our time. I just want to appreciate you for your time. I want to encourage you to keep on partners with organizations who have us, so we all can help Liberia, because climate change
Mashami, we're not getting you clear. You coming like 1-1 like this. That's how you coming. Clifton, you can get her clear.
Yeah,
Oh, it's like everybody network tripping, because even you,
No.
Mohammed, your network is tripping.
Wow.
I'm hearing.
Yeah, my
I'm
network is.
hearing Clifton.
Yeah.
yeah.
So Mashami, you can conclude now.
Okay, I said was already answered your previous, so I just appreciate you time to keep doing what you are doing.
Clifton has left.
Climate change is something limited to like be in whole world. So keep on doing what you're doing, and we will be there to support. We ourselves.
Now we're getting you now. Now we're getting you now, Mashami.
So thank you guys.
Okay. So I mean, Stephanie, I don't know. Today you're not too good, so you just coming on. Clifton now on, but you can say something. You've been following the show, and then probably we'll go to Deveto, and then we can call it a day. Yeah,
Okay,
Clifton just
so where is Clifton?
yeah, he's no, but it's that Stephanie is not lucky today. She wants to ask you question, but I mean Stephanie, only one question you can ask now.
Yeah, I don't know why this network keep dropping from my end. Cause I literally wanted an open discussion with Clifton, especially that is one of my few of study that Clifton is involved in. So it's somehow prestigious to me. It was something that I really wanted to ask Clifton questions. But then I've been following up the
Sorry, Steph.
conversation.
Sorry.
I must commend you. You guys are doing great. And you know, Echo Solution is everybody business. There is nothing you can do without the environment. Unhealthy environment or healthy people. So it is a good trend you guys have decided to take. So my question is concerning your program, concerning your program, the upcoming program that you guys are planning right now. I would like to know will be
Someone
you
is
getting
listening to
me?
yourself. Yeah, we're getting you. You are listening
Go
to
ahead,
yourself,
go
but you
ahead.
can go ahead. Stephanie? So you left us
Yes.
finally.
Okay. So the upcoming program, is it free or is there any fee attached to it?
I think
And
he
if
answered that question
so,
already. He said it's free.
oh okay. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Then
free. Free.
okay. Then everything is cool with me now.
Everything is cool with you. Okay, so the director is gone.
You get
I
free
mean,
food.
and everything is
Mommy,
good.
no,
Everything is
mommy,
good with
mommy,
you.
keep reminding me that I don't have time. So I don't want to prolong his time. You know, he is the head for the show, yeah. So
No,
I
no,
don't
no,
want to
no, no.
overthrow him.
No, not like that. You come in late, and so you can ask your question. We give you the time to ask your question, and we say one question. If you have additional follow-up question, you can ask. Maybe we can give you maybe 30 seconds. You can ask your question. 30 seconds, you can say something. So because I'm in the middle, I'm in the middle on the show tonight between two ladies. So the ladies on the show tonight are dominating. Then the men, you guys are always raising these issues. So we hope that on Tuesday you guys will be here enough because
So we are
we
three,
give you
mommy. We are three ladies.
okay, yeah, three ladies, yes, okay, yes. You see, I'm between three ladies in fact, yeah. Theater, your camera is now on. That's the reason, So Clifton, let's go to Theater and then you can come back to make your last statement. Theater, you have anything to say lastly?
Yes, I want to say, please, please take us the marine scientists into consideration because most often when people hear climate change, they only refer to the environmentalist. Yeah, and then the moment they hear pollution, they say the cleaning, oh, we want pollution, we want environmental disturbance, and then at the end of the day, like 2 weeks ago, my mom was like, the water that in the yaya are open drainage, it will go straight in the swamp. So I was like, you think they kind of water here, the top of water need to go in the swamp. You know how many species in the swamp, and then you know what the swamp doing for this community. When you get in car to go into the video, they can run the drainage in the sea, looking at that type of water from Clariton going straight in the sea. Trust me, the species within there, it will cause problem to them. And then
Yes.
even when people, yeah, when people do the packing of the dirt there, everybody want to clean because they're talking about pollution and kind of stuff. They go back in the sea. And then with all of that, the ocean will not be able to absorb all of the heat from on the airfare, all of the greenhouse gases. Even people buy all car going to sea overfishing and kind of stuff. So we still play a part when it comes to climate change because when we don't regulate, I consider myself to be part of the ocean. If the ocean do not regulate the climate or use the ocean current to distribute heat to the colder region and kind of stuff, climate change will, you know, override on us. So it's a very good thing. We are going to work collectively because marine science, environmental science, public health, they are all intertwined, they are all related. So I want to say thank you, and then we want to work together because it's not just one person thing, it's everybody business. Thank you so much. Your presentation was awesome, and then I want to say thank you to Mohammed for bringing us me and let network, I let collaboration for giving us this great platform. And then I'll be launching um I'll be launching our television program because I'm a science person. I'm a journalist, and then also I'm in the science field. So I've been thinking how to emerge my two career path. So and then I'll be doing a program called Science Uncover. It's a television program where we will call science experts, people from different fields of science to be able to give their own input and then how they feel and some of the beauty of science that people don't know about. And then even the long term implications and a whole lot. So I want to say thank you for this platform.
Thank you, David. So Clifton, we can you can have your time now.
Yeah, so again, thank you, Mohammed. Thank you, Mashami. Thank you, Deveda. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you, Moana, and others who
Eh,
attempted joining the show but could not. Thanks to all of you. I mean, the questions were firing, the questions were great, the questions, and I mean, I think you did well. You put yourself together. There was no easy question. There was never an easy rat. All right.
yeah,
Yeah. So I mean, I
So
want to
easy
say
question they ask you. So easy question they ask you.
yeah.
Stephanie Kinley. So
I want to step.
Mommy,
I want to step in it. I want to step in it.
I, I playing for the show, and then the show playing for me, mommy.
yeah,
I go. I'm gonna
you
go
know,
see you. Yeah, so I mean, it was actually great, man. It was really great, and yeah. So the other concerns is genuine, because if we talk about environment, it's not only the terrestrial environment; it also includes the marine environment. So environment in general includes everywhere. So when even the marine environment is polluted and species there are harmed, it also has an adverse effect or impact, an alarming impact on us, human on this side. So it's something that cuts across. So our attention, if we want to preserve the environment, if we're talking about pollution and want to tackle the issue of pollution in the environment, that means it should involve both terrestrial and the aquatic environment or the marine environment. So that's a great concern. Thank you, Tivieta, and we hope to all work together to collaborate to solve these different problems. It's actually a responsibility of all of us young people to start to get involved, and not just to have the conversation, but to get involved practically and be seen in solving some of those problems, so that we can be judged on the right side of history tomorrow. Thanks to the Innovation Lab as well for the invite. Thanks for giving us the platform to share our thoughts, our ideas, and our upcoming. We are so grateful from Leslie. It's so unfortunate that Joseph was not able to come in due to some network problem. He kept texting me back and forth. Now he's not finding his way through. But this too is Liberia, and we just hope that one day everything can get better. Maybe when Stephanie becomes president, or Mashami or Devieta, then we can solve then we can solve any of the problems. But yeah, now on and overall, it was really good, and I'm grateful. Thanks to all of you so much. I really appreciate.
thank you, Clifton,
Oh,
and
thank you.
I will thank you. I will also like to encourage you. Sometimes if you want to come on, you can come on. Also, this is a place for everyone, every innovation mind to come on and ask a hard question to the experts. So you can also come on, like director is from Women Initiative Network. She also come on here, to every time to stay with us. And in fact, she almost like self doing some consultancy for us in media consultancy for in from Innovation Lab and stuff like that. So she's a brilliant young lady into the communication, into science. And so thank you so much. I mean, we can, I think we can have you, we can you can leave that, and it was actually a good show. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Clifton. Though I didn't ask my
Thank,
questions.
Thank you, Clifton. So I mean, like, yeah. So like for what the debater was saying, Stephanie, is something that people should look at. The people should actually look at, when it comes to climate advocacy. Like one thing she mentioned was people opening a drainage and say, let's just open a drainage for it to just go into the sea, opening the
Biodiversity,
waterways.
yeah.
Yeah, it's something that people should actually look at, because like for me, I'm speaking from my professional point of view. Most of the aquatic animals are they contain, or sometimes most of the waste when they enter into the river, they contain heavy metals, and those heavy metals are very much toxic. When you fishing, when I mean emptying waste into the river, you go and catch this fish. At the end of the day, you consume it. Those fish contain heavy metals. Some of it contain lead. Some of it contain, lot of cadmium. Lot of heavy metals that they contain. And these things cause cancer. So it's something that we have to look at. As a country, Liberia have to look at these things, protect our waterways from contamination. These things are very serious. So she was actually right. So it's something that we actually look at. When you Stephanie, when you guys are doing your environmental advocacy, you guys have to also look at the marine species too. The protection of the marine species, life below water. This is something that the Sustainable Development Goal is also calling for, and we also have to look at some of these things. So
Yeah, so Mohammed, not to cut you off. In terms of in environmental science, there are two major methods, that is the mitigation and the adaptation. So mitigation has to do with you're not able to stop something, but then at least to be able to limit it. And then the
okay.
adaptation has to do with this is the problem. We know that we cannot find the solution to it, but how can we address ourselves to it that it wouldn't be like strange to us and then cause us more harm? So in terms of waste management, like that, like what Davieta was saying, if you tell the people that um probably the drainage you connecting to the marine species is gonna kill them, and you do not have an alternative for them, it's something like a problem. So whenever you tell people that don't do this, you should be able to find alternative for it. For instance, we're telling the people in the interior, say don't cut down the trees. What are the
Okay.
alternatives that we have for them? So the thing about
Tomato.
environmental science is a balance for your study. In everything that you do, you have to balance it. It doesn't mean that problems can never stop in this world. If you want to stop problems, it cannot stop totally. All you can do is
Okay.
just to address yourself and then teach our people how to sort out their waste. That is to put the organic material one side and then the inorganic material one side. So we sit in it, we're trying to adjust ourselves, and then we'll be trying to, because I'm an environmentalist, so like everybody probably there, we'll be trying to look for means that we can give alternative to our people, so that if we tell them to not do this, we will have something that they can do to adjust themselves, so that we all can have a clean, safe, and well environment.
Yeah, it's something that we have to do. But you see, one thing before, maybe if the other want to say something, but you see, one thing people should also look at is that Liberia is a country that don't have the kind of environmental. They can't. Liberia is a country that is very easy to deal with when it comes to protecting the environment. I have my reason of this. One of my reason is this is a country that you have natural forests with these trees the production of green hydrogen gas. So in West Africa, we have one of the best reserve when it comes to green hydrogen gas. So like now, lot more other country in the developed world, people are even growing their own trees. Some of these country, they have Wafi, they growing trees. When you visit some of the place they call in forest, you even say, oh, this is not even forest because we have better forest. But our problem is how can we take care of the environment? We're not being educated on how we can take care of our environment, the good nature that we have, the good nature like people take the rivers to be toilet. People take these issues have been issues over or issue, you know, waste issue in the community, waste issue, like I can tell you for sure, these are some of the reasons, we keep getting most of these sicknesses, right? Most of these sicknesses keep in. We have to look at this and pay attention to it, because if we keep doing things that will harm our environment, we keep getting the negative implication. Like, people will all suffer from cancer. For example, you keep playing with waste, people will suffer from cancer, people will suffer from kidney issue. You wonder and say, why people why is it why some of the reasons young people keep coming down with some of these sicknesses is because of the things we keep doing in our environment. So I mean, I will stop there, and maybe if the other gets something before we can go, then we can call it a day. The other, I mean, you just putting your camera on, going off like this. So I just between two. You said,
I trying to do the lighting. I think there is
uh,
this thing in nursing, either nursing or ethics. They say when the benefit exceed the risks, you take the benefits, and then now
yes,
in
yes,
you take risks, yes, and then now in Liberia, everybody just use it as a common terms. Even in my house, when I came back from Europe, I told my mom I came back with memories to do the water treatment something, because before you start any initiative, you have to start from your home. So I was like, we can get well in a year, we get home, and then we go out every day to be drinking water. As much as I'm against plastic pollution, yes, because that's one of the key factors to all of the things happening around here. And then so we will start to treat the water from here, and then everybody will get safe drinking water.
Director, are you there? Director?
She keeps going up.
Yeah, so I mean, guys, we can, if the author is breaking, we can call it a day. Stephanie, do you have any other addition to make to the discussion? Then we can call it a day. But on Tuesday, then we'll host a female. I can announce that I know she's going to be ready. Sandra Nange will be here. She just defended her thesis as a doctor of pharmacy. We're hoping to host two persons. We're going to host two female, one of another female who has a master's in chemical engineering, you know, another master's also in hydraulic water science and something like that from the Netherlands. I'm trying to connect or get serious connection with her before for now to Tuesday, and so you guys really press on my back, and always say he's coming. I don't know when you will come. We already living coming. So you guys been behind my back for the female issue, and I said to you, you guys will have enough female. We hosted female before on this show. Maybe you was not part of it, but she's into quality insurance at Coca-Cola factory. And this, I mean, you made a very good show that day. I was the only person who on invite. She she's producing her own bleach, her own chloride, in the market. That's what she's doing, and she has a bachelor in chemistry, working at Coca-Cola factory. And we have very good conversation. Maybe we'll have her again so that you guys can interact with her. And you know, yeah, I mean, Ellie is saying cannot still come, but I don't think Ellie can come now because it's late now. We can call it a day, Steph, right?
Yeah, so let me just give my closing statement before we leave. To
Okay.
everyone watching out there, thanks for watching. Firstly, this is the young people's platform. Take advantage of it. Always be on, because you can never know where
Yes, yes.
or when you will be able to learn. So by you listening to this platform, you can network, build up your network, try to know some science related things that are going out there, especially when it comes to science issues. So the thing about STEM is very important in the society, and it can never get better until we ourselves make it better. So the closing statement quick is the environment is your health.
Okay, sure.
You mess with the environment, you mess with your health. So we cannot get rid of pollution totally, but we can limit it. We can mitigate it. It is not impossible. it is possible. It just need us to join hands together and then know that the environment is our health. And anything
Okay.
we do, the thing about the environment, anything you pour inside it will receive it, but then it will come back. It almost like a system in table dynamic. You apply you apply
Yeah,
pressure,
thermodynamic,
you
yes,
apply
yes.
pressure, you apply pressure, it creates heat, and then work is done on the system. Mommy, I'm
Yeah.
learning, mommy.
Yeah. But
Okay.
you learning physical chemistry, that's physical chemistry, right? So I mean, but you're doing science, so that's science. Science is everywhere, cutting across every branch of science, you know. So that's actually science. You are doing well.
Yeah, I started pointing, so you just looking at me now.
No, no.
Okay, so that's it. You gotta protect our environment. Yeah, protect
Sure.
our health because
Sure,
everything
I would
involves
join.
us.
I would join Stephanie and say you can take this place to be your home. The essence of this program is to invite people who are actually making impact in the sciences, to tell us their what be a research they're doing or initiative they're doing, or how those programs can have a direct impact on Liberia development. And there's something we're not into politics, but we discussing solutions that we can provide answers to the existing scientific problem Liberia is facing. How can we get on pathway with other countries like Ghana and other places? And I mean, we have an amazing guest that we hope to be hosting here. That are getting in touch with me. The days are a little bit far, but I'm sure that they're gonna get because I met I need to other way kid I think from MRT or somewhere in the US. Mr. Random for connected me to trying to connect me to him. And I mean, when this happens, it's gonna be a very good that it will be a very good show for that day. But before we can leave, I also want to send my condolence out to the I Have Library family, one of the prime sponsor of this platform, Mr. Caleb and Mr. Randall. I want to send my condolence out to them. They are media person, one of their strong media person, Mr. Chulo Brooks, were buried today. So we want to also say to them my condolence. I remember Mr. Brooks was actually doing what he in my advocacy as a STEM advocate. He published one of my papers before one of my advocacy paper I wrote. Even in recent time, when I wrote a paper requesting the government, the last government to establish a Ministry of Science and Tech, and the GNN newspaper and the Improva Daily newspaper along with what's the newspaper from Page Africa, they were also able to publish my paper. So Mr. Brooks was actually like father to me. So I mean, the show is just going. We are living, and the other is coming, and so I don't know. But the other, do you are saying something, and we're trying to conclude now to leave. We're trying to conclude to leave the other.
No problem because the network is so bad for my end. So maybe we'll do it another time.
Yeah, we'll do it
I
on
had to,
Tuesday. Tuesday
yeah.
we'll have a guest, but you're trying to link me with this guest that you send me. Please, I beg you, we have to talk. Who is in marine and marine
Okay,
sciences? Who is a
okay, no
captain.
problem.
I think who is also a captain, a female. I think Stephanie will also want her to come on because we want to have a female for maybe you guys want female day. Then
Yeah,
we'll also have a female day here like this. So it will
okay.
be a very yeah, it will be a bye bye guys, and it was actually nice being here. And I mean Stephanie, it was actually nice being here too. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for the support. Bye bye guys. Oh wow, it was. I mean, it was a very good show here, and you guys. I want to appreciate the audience for staying with us. I mean, what a good show. But we have to keep this message going across, cutting across the population, the Liberian populace. We have to inform our people on some of the things that are happening in the country when it comes to science. How can we develop the sciences? And so that's one of the important purpose of this show. So thank you so much. It was actually nice being here. Thank you.
ya kwa woman ko ko doya. Why ya kwa say kwa peka fu ko doya. Ngakatelo to kalabo to kalabo. Ngakatelo to kalabo to kalabo. Yeah, go. 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 Oh, yeah, go. Oh, yeah, go. Oh, yeah, go. Oh, yeah, go.